discretion is advised.
Get ready, because it's podcasting time.
Oh, yeah.
Hi there, and welcome to the second edition of this year's Charger Bulletin podcast. I'm Charlie.
I'm Rebecca.
We would just like to give out a brief message, first off, to Chief Starkle's family. As you all know, Chief Starkle has passed in his sleep this past Tuesday. He was born on September 2nd in 1948 and has lived a very long and fulfilling life. Our beloved Chief will always be in our hearts. And now over to Charlie with the weather.
Thanks, Rebecca. Good thing you don't have to travel to Buffalo anytime soon. In the past 2 days, it's already snowed over 3 feet there, with snow continuing to fall at a rate of about 1 to 2 inches an hour. Cars have been becoming stuck, and traffic jams have been lasting for over 20 hours. If you have any intent to travel in the Buffalo area, we advise you to find an alternative mode of transit and leave with plenty of time and provisions. Now back over to Rebecca.
In more local news, you might have heard about a Bridgeport man who was finally charged for first-degree manslaughter from a 2008 crash. He was driving home intoxicated from a New York City party, hitting and instantaneously killing 2 people on the scene. His blood levels were more than 3 times the legal limit, so now he's going to jail for 20 years. If you don't want to go to jail for 20 years this holiday season, we suggest you don't drink and drive. Now back over to Charlie with some international news.
Things continue to heat up on the Korean peninsula as the North Koreans recently fired an artillery strike on the South. North Korea claims it was provoked by the military exercises that the South was conducting with the U.S. in the Yellow Sea. South Korea believes it has done nothing wrong. All this follows the heels of the return of a U.S. scientist from a tour of North Korea's nuclear facilities, revealing the true extent of how large their nuclear program is. Now back to Rebecca with some more news.
In other international news, Russia is to host the next World Cup in 2018. FIFA awarded the tournament to them after England crashed out in the very first round of voting. The final stages of the race have been marked by allegations of corruption and collusion that have led to backlash against the British media among some of FIFA's executives. Undoubtedly, the World Cup will go on, there will be controversy, but it will be a great match. Now back over to Charlie with some other news.
The entertainment world is saddened this past week with the passing of actor Leslie Nielsen. He recently lost his battle with a bad case of pneumonia and passed away at the age of 84 in his Fort Lauderdale home with wife by his side. We will miss actor Leslie Nielsen very dearly. He will always be in our hearts and on our TVs with the movies such as Airplane and The Naked Gun. Now back to Rebecca with more entertainment news.
In other entertainment news, Eminem has literally recovered with his latest album, Recovery, snagging 10 nominations for the 53rd Annual Grammy Awards. We've all missed him, and since he's back, be sure to catch him at the Grammys grabbing some awards. Now back to Charlie with your sports.
And now for your sports news. The Cleveland Cavaliers played the Miami Heat this past week. This was LeBron James' first return to Cleveland since the trade over the summer. The Heat was easily able to defeat the Cavaliers by a score of 116 to 90. Clearly, Cleveland was not happy about this one. In college football news, Auburn player Cam Newton was reinstated by the NCAA. Cam was declared ineligible by the NCAA after reports surfaced that his father had received money for him to play at Auburn. He will be playing coming up this week in the SEC Championship Bowl versus South Carolina. And remember, everybody, final exams are right around the corner.
So, buckle down, study all night, pass with flying colors so you can have an amazing holiday break.
And don't forget to tune in next semester as we continue our weekly podcasts.
And have happy holidays, everybody.
See you next semester.
Bye.
Happy New Year.